Okay. Let's get started here. Let me switch the title. I'm muted. There we go. Okay. Let's get going right here into game one, shall we? Let me get my OBS here. All right. It doesn't look perfect. Oh, I forgot to change the score as well. There we go. Okay. So this season, or this series, was played a little while ago. Team LG, Team 1 Ret 4 enters. Looks like LG started on blue side this time around. Double ADC bans on Jarvan, interesting. On 1 Ret 4 enters, Kate Nocturne Jax. Jinx, Zeri, Yumi, cringe. They're trying to get banned by Fusro, I see. Keep picking Yumi. And then Morgana. Is that a Morgana mid lane by chance? No, that's got to be a Morgana jungle, right? That'll be interesting. Okay. And then Vitalia. I picked the Morgana against the Vitalia. That's smart. I like that. Ornn and Renata. With the Renekton ban plus missed one ban. Maybe they had a sub? Or maybe they just forgot. I don't know. And then Galio and the Dr. Mundo. I really like the Dr. Mundo pick here. You just have to be a little bit careful of the Ornn percent HP damage, but as long as you're not tanking him forever, you should be fine. Other than that, I really like him against the rest of this team. I like the Galio as well. Very good anti-dive. So yeah, let's hop straight into it. Let's not do that. And in we go. And we'll move Morgana jungle for trouble lip. Still no Morgana mid copycats, I'm afraid.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
No real unusual runes so far. There's Dark Harvest of Morgana, but that's usually what you go on Jungle Morg, so I'm sure it's fine.
Minions have spawned.
We got 2 viewers. Who are they? Oh, I guess I got more. Eric29 is here. I expect to see his pointed commentary here soon. Plus Rentone and none your business. Welcome. Both junglers starting topside here. Or maybe that only means active? I don't know. I don't fully understand how that works, but here we go. actually not sure who this mid laner is for one rat bar enters. His name is just Tom, but that's not normally that's not their normal mid laner, I believe. So I guess he's just a sub. I actually don't recognize a few names on their team. Maybe just because I haven't watched them enough. I know Rat Poisoning. I know Trouble Lift. I remember both of them. And then Team LG is what you'd expect. I know it is pretty late over there on the East Coast, so my apologies for doing the stream late, but a lot of people watch the VODs anyway, so we'll get it done. Vi with the slightly faster clear so far, which surprises me a little bit. Maybe Morgana's clear isn't quite as top tier as it used to be, or maybe Trouble Lift isn't familiar with it. Either way, it's going to be a very, very late first clear here. Oh, well, here's part of the problem. He took Black Shield level 3. You don't want to do that. Black Shield doesn't do anything for you in the jungle. That'll definitely slow down your clear significantly. You have to farm the rank 1 W the entire way. And Vi gonna go ahead and swoop in and grab this thing. Yeah, no one in Twitch chat has spoke up yet. Maybe they're not aware. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. Looks like we're gonna go for. Ooh, that's an interesting looking gank there. It's gonna pull back the Galio, but there's also a gank going on in the top lane, so we'll be able to sure check out both. Galio gets away. Meanwhile, Perez just dies to the final Morgana auto. There you go. Nice successful gank for Trouble Lift. Get that Mundo rolling early. Just a little bit of random Mundo knowledge. When I play this specific matchup against Ornn, I like to get a early Negatron Cloak because so much of Ornn's damage is max health magic damage. And if you just build straight HP, you're gonna get shredded. So I would like to get that MR just to kind of dull a lot of this damage. Because Mundo's base MR is actually not very high. So if you build just HP, you won't actually be mitigating his damage that much because most of his damage is the percent HP magic damage. So there you go. It keeps undoing it. There we go. Brittle. Okay. Anyways. Now we'll let Direct Camera do its thing, but I've satisfied my curiosity for, I guess not curiosity, just pointing out exactly how the ability works. Interesting that, ooh, kind of nice flank behind by Talia, but not quite the follow-up she was hoping for, and now they have to run. And, they're gonna, yeah, I'm afraid that Q flashes don't work on Morgana, I'm afraid, Mr. Trouble Lift. That's unfortunate. He is gonna end up missing the Q there because of that, and now Luke is here, the counter gank. But they're very, very low, and Waps is going for it, but not going to get the reset. Fortunately, they don't have quite enough health to stay and actually kill him for that, so he should be just fine, although Chaos is looking for more blood. Oh, very interesting plays there. In the end, Chaos does go down, and then Jinx does go down as well to the Galio. Okay. A lot of flashes and summoners used, and then very early start here for IR4I. That's too hard to say. I'll just call you the Rats. How's that sound? good start for the Rats. After all, the Rats are 80% of the team, according to the math. I would really like to see more Dark Seals this game. So far, only Talia's the only person to have one, but I think Galio and Morgana should both definitely have one as well. It's just such a great investment item for only 350 gold. So it is worth it. Please, get the Dark Seal. You must seal the darkness. Or maybe the seal itself is dark? It's actually not very clear. I think the seal itself might be dark. It looks kind of evil, doesn't it? Yeah. I think the seal itself is what's dark. Okay, my bad. Still get the item, though. It's still pretty good. Yeah, nice early lead here for the Rats. 1.5k gold lead. Feudal Warfare. Here we go. And Trouble is going to go ahead and move on to the... Oh, no. No. Actually, you know what? I guess you can pull it from that direction. Okay, never mind, Trouble Lift. I just learned something. I didn't know you could pull it towards the back of the pit as well like that. I didn't know there'd be enough room. Okay, well played. That's really smart then. Good job to him, teaching me something. To be fair, I'm not usually the jungler, so I wouldn't want to be in that spot, but since he is, I get why he did it. Meanwhile, LG does get the dragon down on the bot side, and they're going to go ahead and gank the bot lane right afterwards, and that's going to be a double kill over for them. So ultimately, their play ends up being a lot more profitable. Now, Trouble Lift is here, but he doesn't want to be here. He's going to be in trouble. He's going to pop ulti. I think he just has to pop ulti and try to get it onto Luke here, and he will. And now the Ronaldo's coming in, but not going to really do much. And now Galio's going to land his taunt on the Talia, doing good damage, but no real follow-up, so she should be able to escape. And indeed they will. I really only have 2 viewers. Where are my viewers at? I know I'm one of them. I yell at people to get in the stream? Is that the deal? Where's Eric? Eric, I need a hero to flame me. What does Zeri's regular auto actually do anyway? I don't remember. It's just a little magic damage. Executes enemies. Okay, interesting. So that's where we're for last hitting. And then it does max health damage. Okay, it doesn't slow. I could have sworn it slowed, but I guess it doesn't. Maybe it did at one point. Consume a small amount of charge. Deal 113 damage. Executes. Okay, so it's, yeah, good for last hitting, and then nice little burst of magic. Okay, got it. Interesting. It's just a bad time to point out that the competitive tag on the Beer League channel is misspelled. It's competitive. I think there's supposed to, I think that's A is supposed to be an E. Competa. And oh my god. Oh, maybe that's actually accurate. I'm not 100%. I think it's supposed to have an E rather than an A, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, nice gank in the mid lane by Morgana. It's going to be a kill on the Talia while I busy prattle about nonsense. And then Luke's going to go ahead and flash Q on the Gal and get the kill, or on the Talia and get the kill. He's going to go on the Morgana as well, but he's going to be able to Q away. Be just fine. Meanwhile, all in indeed, Zeri, all in indeed, as they're going in down in the bot lane, can actually finish off any of these kills. Ooh, nice W through the tower to get the Renata. I'm not going to be able to get the Jinx, though, I don't think, unless she gets really creative. gank coming up here in the top lane. Can Mundo survive this? No, he cannot. And there's all that magic damage coming in clutch. It hurts a lot. Or that max HP magic damage. Yeah, his Mundo's only got 47 MR. Less than... That's the same as the Zeri. Ooh, and then Talia actually doing a lot of damage. Zeri working to back off. Now Morgana's here, but there's no follow-up. It will do a bunch of damage to her, though. Pretty close game here, about a 1k gold lead here for
Take this.
for the Rats. Interesting, Mikhail's first for Yuumi. That's probably not a bad idea, honestly. Although I'm not sure which big CC you're really worried about. I guess the Renata ulti. Most of it's not really cleansable in that way. Hold on. No one's watching. That makes me sad. Let me do this. Oh, that's not the right link. That should be it, right? 1R. God, they're so hard to type out. Oh, did that? Okay, hold on. Hold it! Alright, let's do this correctly. Okay, let's try this again. Did I do it wrong? Nope. There we go. Okay. Sitting here by myself has made me sad. Alright, let's get back into the game. I should have done that at the beginning, but oh well. Ooh. Probably should have gone on that, to be honest. Morgana does have ulti. She definitely could have gone on that. Don't know why she didn't. Okay. And Rats are going to start the dragon here. There we go. Now we got some people filing in. Excellent. I get most people aren't looking for... I guess I didn't announce when the stream was going to be, so I guess they didn't know to look. So that's my bad. Should have done that from the beginning, but that's okay. Rats are going to go ahead and get the dragon here. Ooh, very nice find by Morgana there. That is going to be a very dead Talia. Interesting sound effects on that. That's very cute. Is that skin? I don't know. She's not messing around, chat. She said it. I feel like Zeri was one of the last yapping champion that Riot made. Since then, champions don't talk much anymore, but she talks a lot. Although I guess it's not because she has a lot of voice lines, it's more just because a lot of her actions have voice lines on them. She's constantly in action. So I guess fits her personality because she's supposed to be like young and electrified and peppy and whatever. So she's constantly talking in the middle of combat. Still no chatters. Eric, where are you? Where's Eric asking what game it is, even though it's obvious which game it is? Where is it? Hurts my soul. Okay. Well, still about a 1k gold lead here for the Rats. Zeri's getting going, which is exactly what they were hoping for. Mundo's got his Warmogs. The Brittle just scales with champion level? That's interesting. Okay. I guess that makes sense on how that would work. And they're gonna go for him here. He's gonna pop the ulti, but I don't think it's gonna matter. He's gonna pick up the passive, but he's about to be 3v1 here, and not quite that tanky yet, so he will go down. Have the feature strength been claimed yet? Yes, they have. By the Rats. Got it. Nice little sneaky jump over the wall there. Barely manages to dodge the Talia bounce pad thingy. He was able to take her down, but now he's taking way too much damage from the tower, and the Galio ulti is coming in, and it is going to show up in time. Ooh, very nice W as well. Over the wall. Good save by Tom. Galio cooking up some chicken. I don't know why exactly Galio's cooked, but whatever. He's dressed up in like a chicken costume, right? He's like a mascot for like a chicken restaurant or something. Dragon is coming up here. Trouble is doing a good job at clearing out these wards ahead of time. I like that. And again, I don't like how passive he's being after landing these. Like, just all in him, bro. You got Galio right there. Just get him. Get his ass. Pop your Black Shield, pop your ulti, and get him. But alas, instead the Vi will get the Scuttle Crab. And now they're actually the ones that get position on the dragon. Although Rift Herald is coming down now. That will get the tower here. Very strange Talia wall. I guess he was trying to body block the Rift Herald, but it wasn't quite in time. So I don't think it really mattered anyway. The tower was almost dead. Morgana is not W. Okay, so she's not fooling the dragon. Now she is. She finally did it. Vi's looking to jump over the wall. Can we get a fancy schmancy steal here? I don't know if this ward is actually blocked off. I assume it is. And that's going to be an engage on the Zeri, but Black Shield comes in. I like how she moves out of the way of the Renata ult anyway, even though she had Black Shield on her, so. And now she's going to get engaged on, and the Galio ult's going to come in, but not before the Zeri goes down. Now the rest of the fight's breaking out, and Mundo's not here. He's TPing in, but he is going to be very late. But now they can maybe try to turn the fight now that he's here. He's popping ulti, he's popping ghost, he's going on that back line. But he doesn't actually do that much damage yet, so. Okay, it's a 1 kill. Ooh. It's not quite fast enough to get the bailout. Or what is it? Yeah, that's what it's called, bailout, right? Yeah, bailout. Not quite fast enough, so it will be a kill for the Mundo. And then another kill for the Mundo on the Ornn. Yeah, very little cooldown in this Morgana rune setup here, so his cooldowns are actually really long, especially since he also rushed Leandres and Zanya. So he's sitting on just what? He's sitting on just the 5 ability haste from the Hextech Dragon, which is not what you want. Ability haste extremely important on Morgana. I mean, in the end, though, she is 2-0-7, and their team's doing well, so maybe I'm the dumb one. Fight breaking out here in the top lane, and now Rat Poisoning is here. They're going to try to all-in this corner. They should get him pretty easily here. Unfortunately misses the second ult, not that it really matters. That will be a kill over to the Zeri. And still no commenters in chat. You guys are making me sad. You guys have got 10 viewers and I got no one shit-talking me? Hurts my feelings. And meanwhile, Morgana forgetting that I'm here. Hello, Mr. H. Thank you. Morgana forgetting that killing a tower makes Jinx excited, and she gets caught up because of it and ends up going down. Oop, and then gets excited and kills the Galio as well. And now Zeri is here, but she used her ulti on the Ornn in the top lane, which probably wasn't necessary in retrospect, but maybe it won't matter. She gets the kill anyway, although Vi's here, and Vi does a ton of damage. Doesn't quite finish her off, though, although the next Q is about to come up, and that will finish her off. Why are there 2 boxes on top? Where do you see that? 2 boxes at the top. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen. I don't know what you're talking about. Two black boxes next to names. Oh, yeah. One of them is supposed to, I think one of them is meant to show the team's record. But I've just never bothered with it. So there you go. I probably could put it in there if I gave a crap, but I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the team record is supposed to be there. Off the top of my head, I want to say that LG is 2-1, and Rats are 1-2, I think. Feel free to look that up on the BLF website and tell me if I'm wrong. LG undefeated? Really? Well, like, I know that's not true. You guys lost week 1. I casted that game. Nice try, though. Okay. Gold pretty much even now. 4th dragon is coming up. Morgana, again, with the no cooldown. That's rough. And they're very split up right now. We don't count the loss. They're undefeated except for the losses. I feel that. That's true. If you don't count the losses, technically, you're always undefeated. And again, there's another situation where LG is able to just get good position on Dragon for seemingly no real serious reason. Then they get him, and again, like, look at this, the killer, go, bro, pop your black shield and walk in an ult. I'm begging thee. There's such passive, sad Morgana play, and it's making me a sad panda. And then they engage it. Okay, hold on. I'm too busy complaining about the Morgana mechanics. Let's go ahead and see the play. And we got the Ghost Dragon back from the dead, back again. Okay. So they kill a dragon, and they don't kill Talia, and then the rest of the fight goes into Mudo's on the back. He's not quite level 16 yet, so he's not that tanky. And he ends up going down for free, and the Galio comes in after, but too late, so he's going to go down for free as well. Very nice Warren ulti there on the back line, able to stall and buy time from the team. Then the Renata ulti hits, the Vi ulti hits, and that's going to one-shot the Zeri. And yeah, just very, very poorly played by the Rats across the board. Does all in Talia here. Mundo flanks by himself. It gets one shot dies for free. Galio ults in, dies for free, and then the backline gets hit by every CC imaginable. It's honestly would have been difficult to play that worse. So, my apologies to any Rats in the attendance for the cast, but I got a call like I see it. That was really rough. But anyways, LG is going to go ahead and take their hard-won team fight and go take the Baron as well. And there you go. Now they got a 5k gold lead. Game was close all game long, and suddenly now very much in their favor.
I'm not messing around.
I think they are hustling them. You think so?
You don't.
Not sure what the point of that would be, but all right. There's no money on the line.
Now you're ready to prowl.
And there's the cats.
Away with you.
They may be cats, but are they cool? That's the real question.
If at first you don't succeed.
Looking for something here. They're should be able to catch up Renata here. They will indeed. They do get her. It's interesting that I guess it makes sense that she would just do regular auto attacks the whole time because I guess ulting a Zeri doesn't actually hurt her own team that much in terms of damage. Although obviously it's still CC, so it's still pretty useful. And Talia doing a great job kind of cutting this out. And now the Vi's going to come in and she's going to point and click all over this Zeri. And it's going to be extremely effective point and click, and they're going to get wiped yet again. And yeah, just the Rats, you know, they had a great start to this game, but once the 5v5 grouping has started, they have been very uncoordinated, not on the same page. So that to me just, I have no idea what their comms look like, but I have a striking suspicion that their comms are very confused because their actions are confused. So I thought they were in a great spot to win this game, and suddenly now they're kind of just hanging on. And that is the thing about Beer League, is unless you absolutely completely run it down like crazy during laning phase, it ultimately comes down to which team works better together and who drafted better. So early game not as important in Beer League compared to regular solo queue. Obviously the good teams tend to win early game too, but trying to go down, and I think this will be game one here for favor of LG. Indeed it will. So well played to them. Tough game for the Rats. They had a great start, but once the grouping happened, they were just kind of getting impossible not to root against Yuumi Zeri. Yeah, I know I said that you were rooting for them to lose, so, or that they were trying to get banned because you picked it, or because they picked Yuumi again. So okay, so that's game one. Let me go ahead and get game two ready to go here. Nope, I don't want that. Okay, and we have the draft here for game two. Oh, that's not correct. Ah! Doing these watch parties gets a little more complicated, but that's okay. So we'll give LG their win, and then we'll show game two fearless draft here. Oh, and I still have that open. Whoops. Yuumi is back-to-back. Yuumi and back-to-backs is a war crime. Well, thankfully, They seem to be getting punished for their crimes. So, but yeah, here we go. Game 2. Oh, do I have the wrong thing on? Do I? Oh, yeah, I do. There we go. No one saw that. So here we go. Here's the draft for game 2. They kept the sides. Ari Rise Renekton Jax mystery pick that we didn't get to see. We'll see when we load in. Emilio Viego and then Varus Lulu. Okay. I think we'll just get right into it. I don't see any reason to wait around. All right, and here we go. So the mystery pick was a Kaisa. By the looks of it. Okay. And the teams did not line up. No flame for first picking Ari blind. Is first picking Ari blind bad? I feel like Ari's a good blind pick. Is she not?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I don't mind it. I first pick blind mid laners all the time. Actually, probably the majority of the time for my team, I first pick mid laners blind. No biggie. Better than Corgana. True. Corgana's trash. Morgana's pretty good, but her sister Corgana, oof. Yep. No, I always get flamed by casters for my picks. I think it's fine. I think most of the popular mid laners in Beer League are pretty safe blind picks. You know, these mid-range duelist mages, I think they're totally fine. If you're going to pick something like Vel'Koz or Xerath, yeah, don't first pick it. If you're going to pick an assassin, don't first pick that. But if you're going to pick the stereotypical Victor, Ari, Talia, Malzahar, all that kind of stuff, I think blind pick's totally fine. It's going to be Jax versus Renekton in the top lane. Historically, is actually, for the longest time, was a Renekton favorite matchup, but now that Counter-Strike blocks the stun, Renekton tends to struggle here, unless he gets really clever. It is still winnable for Renekton, but it's definitely not the Jax stomper that it was way back in the day. Both junglers going to be starting topside here. Fairly slow starting clears. Pick gooder then. Pick gooder indeed, Chaos. Pick gooder indeed. Are you guys still in playoff contention, by the way? LG, I know your guys' division's kind of wild. Again with the double D-shield top lane with 2 fighters. This is just sad. Come on, guys. One of you's got to man up and pick D-Blade. Should probably be Renekton. The early game's your chance to win this matchup. Pick the D-Blade and do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Pick your bone plating, pick your D-Blade, pick your PTA, and kick this dude's ass. But no. Nice, slow, sad, contemptible early game where everyone's playing safe and not trying to win their lanes. I can't flame too much. That's how I play almost every game in mid lane. It's not worth trying to win lane in mid in most matchups. Just gets you ganked. Bit of a jungle fight here early on. Luke's going to walk into trouble if, and I feel like Sejuani probably wins that early. And he seems to agree because he's backing off. Renekton's skills to late game I mean, Renekton does scale way better than he used to back in the day. Now that there's like cooldown items and stuff, so he can actually get multiple rotations off. But yeah, I mean, if there's a time to win this matchup, it's early on, and he just kind of conceded the farm lane by going D-Shield with his rune and item choices, which I don't like that he conceded. So, I'd like to see him make this Jax earn his lane a bit more. Bit of a kind of hard trade coming in here. I'm not sure who's actually winning. I feel like the LG bot lane is winning right up until they lost, because we first blowed over to the Varus. Just kidding, it was actually LG winning, or it was actually the Rats winning the whole time. And clearly I cannot read a bot lane fight. Well done to Rat poisoning Killwolf. They turned around a fight that I thought they were going to lose, so good job to them. Both top laners picked second wind against another bruiser. That is sad. That is sad. Barrier up for Kaisa. Oh, did she just not use it during the fight? Am I tripping? Yeah, she just... Ooh. I guess that's why he flashed on him, was to give him less time to react, potentially barrier, so fair enough. Team format is kind of low. No, league format is kind of bad. 12 teams, and we go straight to semis instead of five quarters. Super competitive group because usually. Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. To be honest, I'm surprised we didn't go 6 playoff teams where each first seed gets a bye. That seems like that would have been the smarter way to do it. But I am not a league admin, so it's not up to me. Plus, it would have given it would have given more to play for the onesies as well. Because like right now, it's like we play DQ next week, and we both make playoffs no matter what, so it's kind of like, what's even the point, you know? I don't know. I guess they just wanted the season to be shorter, but let's all go on strike. There we go. We need a new collective bargaining agreement for beer league players. Stand up to the oppressive admins, snakes and tyrants as they are. Oh, and slave drivers. Don't forget slave drivers. Snakes, tyrants, and slave drivers. 1/3 of teams making playoffs feels wild. You know, it's actually historically for a lot of sports, that's actually not a lot more than you would think. I know baseball was only 8 teams out of 30 made it for a long time. Not even a third made it. It's not like baseball, or it's not like basketball, where over half the teams make it to the playoffs. Yeah, 30 teams. Yeah, 38 out of 30. Yeah. 4 out of 12. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have been cool to have top 3 seeds make it. Number 1 seed's gonna bye. But who could say? Fusaro is one of the people in charge of the leagues. If you want to complain, complain to him. He's right there. Football playoffs are nonsense. Yeah, I agree with that. 7 seeds are garbage. Worthless. Meanwhile, Rat's going ahead and moving on to this Dragon. Another pretty solid early game for them. We're all tied for second at Beer League Bistro. Yeah, the Division B is a bloodbath over there, for sure. Makes the format feel like more of a bummer, definitely. I could understand the smaller amount of teams, too, if it was longer weeks, too, but, like, when it's only 5 weeks, having only 2 teams per division just feels like, you know, like you can go 3-2 and not even have a chance to make playoffs, which is just a bummer. But I get it. It's supposed to be a short season. I did mention in the last cast about the possibility of maybe making all the playoff matches best of 5 instead of just the finals. Just so we can see a bit more of that, since there's only going to be 3 playoff matches anyway. But we'd have to probably poll the admins and the team captains about that, see if they actually want to do that. I feel like Fearless doesn't really shine until like games 3, 4, 5 anyway, so games 1 and 2, it's not that different. Because that one doesn't, that solution doesn't require more weeks, it just requires more time from the players, which, I don't know, it feels like the players want to play more, so it's been kind of a bummer that the season has been as short as it is, but alas. I'll bring it up to the in the captain chat later on about having best of 5 for whole playoffs. Could be fun. Best of 5s are exhausting to play in. That is true. Top 4 in each group and adding a week to playoffs. I mean, I doubt that would happen, but I've seen crazier things. I'd be fine with top 3. Give the number 1 seeds a bye and go top 3. I think top 4 is too much. That's 2/3 of the league making playoffs. That goes too far in the other direction. I think top 3 is fine. But I don't know. Ultimately, it's not my call. But it would be cool. To be fair, my personal opinion is that we let too many teams into the playoffs in previous seasons. So, and most of like the first rounds of the playoffs were just total snoozers. So I don't mind there being less. I don't like how there were teams that were like 2 and 7 or 3 and 6 making playoffs. That's just silly. But nice play by Ari to get the kill and get away, but I don't know. I think the playoffs are less fun when there's a lot of teams who don't deserve to be there in the playoffs. It's kind of like watching basketball playoffs, right? Where it's like, does anyone really care to watch the number 8 and the number 1 seed play? You know, like that's just an extra stomp for the 1 seed, basically, almost all the time. Like it's just not interesting, in my opinion. And yes, Chaos, that is you. This isn't a viewer league, though. I mean, it kind of is. The viewers and the players are kind of the same thing. Yeah, I think it's too hard to get. A bunch of people together from multiple series in one 2 or 3 day period. That's the problem. I know that's the reason why we don't have set scheduled days of why we only do 1 game a week. It's because it's just too difficult to get people together because we have a lot of busy people with families and stuff. So I'm not one of them, but I get it. Waps needs to be careful. Rat poisoning going in gets the barrier and the Milio heal. Or the Milio ulti, rather. Very interesting that Luke is up here on the top side of the map with this dragon about to spawn. I'm not sure why, but there he is. And yeah, I need to complain, I guess. This chat has popped off since I started complaining and posted the thing, so there we go. A nice gank on the bot lane. It's going to one-shot poor Hernandez Teaches, and that's going to be Fetal Warfare over for the Rats. Should be Dragon as well. Rageblade first on the Varus is interesting. I mean, he's obviously going on hit Varus, but I feel like you normally go Bork first on hit Varus. And yeah, Team Rats, they saw a poor young boy in need of a wedgie, and they went and gave it to him. Tough. Ooh, hold on. And then a fight, something breaks out here in the middle. We gotta get a flash gank here by Luke. Not even a flash gank. Ooh. Very nice charm there by Chaos. And that's gonna be a kill over for the Ahri. Hearing people guarantee they know the entire league feels every season is almost as predictable as the end of season survey results that show that they were wrong the entire time. I mean, that's how consensuses go, right? They talk to like-minded people, and they're like, yeah, everyone agrees, and then the surveys, and then, yeah, no, I feel ya. I get why you guys wanted to have a short league. I don't begrudge it. If anything, that's less chance for my team to throw before the finals, so... Whoa! Very aggressive flash by the Lulu on the Kaisa, but in the end she should be fine, and now Diego is here, and Rat Poisoning is going to go down before taking down Kaisa. I think I can speak for everyone when I say if IQ doesn't make playoffs, this format blows. True! I mean, if the winner of the Rehi Award doesn't make playoffs, what are we even doing here? And yeah, that Lulu flash engage was aggressive, let's say. Scale nameplate, a scale impossible challenge, indeed. The blood runs hot, go a little crazy. And, oops. So it looks like Renekton is going Black Cleaver first against Jax, which I really don't like. Does Doctor look a tank to you, bro? Build a damage item. Ugh! 6 Peke student, you're killing me. If IQ loses this week, I'm giving the Rehi Award to Pyroan. That's funny. That is funny. In a very close game here, about a 1k gold lead here for Las Gatos. But other than that, but they have the objective lead for the Rats. Right now, it'll come down to whoever gets this. Well, actually, I guess whoever gets, if Rats can get next objective, because they got the Feet of Warfare, right? I remember that correctly. Yes, they did at 12 minutes. It's the latest Feet of Warfare I've seen in a long time. So yeah, if they can get next objective or tower, they should get. Or they will get feats of strength here. Is anyone close? The bot tower is really close. I'd like to see... Ooh. Okay, hold on. Hold it. Hold it. Looks like they... Okay, they had an all-in already. Okay. Ari's going to go for it. Misses the charm, unfortunately, and Ryze is going to retaliate, but Casta likes his chances. Takes a tower shot. And... Tom somehow ends up coming out on top here. How does that happen? Or does he just AoE him through? Ooh! Attempted flash charm. Oh, did that hit a minion? Oh no! The flash charm hit a minion. It sure did. The flash charm hits the minion. A tragedy. A tragedy for Chaos. Tough. However, they are going to go ahead and get the Rip Throw out of the deal, so... And then a crazy bot lane play by Waps, and he's going to go down. I don't know what he was thinking. And they should be able to get first tower here, and indeed they will. They're going to probably die for it, but they are going to get it and secure feats of strength. So that's good at least, although they're continuing to go I mean, I guess they're probably dead no matter what, although he's going to make them earn it. He's cutting it out, and he is indeed going to go down, but they were going to do a gank in the top lane and grab the Jax. I think Ryze was slow on the flash, too, so it didn't hit them, and he was dead. Yeah, it absolutely was. He was absolutely slow on the flash. So it was just tragic that the minion didn't get down Mr. President for Ryze. So it was well played by Chaos right up until that moment. Those are the tough ones. They're gonna Jack's gonna TP in. Are they just gonna dive him here? They absolutely are, right? Like there's no way. There's no way they just let him do this. This is illegal. Okay, I mean I guess they're just gonna take the tower in his face, but I think they probably could have just killed him too. I am noticing a straight Emax second for 6 Peke. I don't like that. Your W cooldown's too important to not put more points into it. You don't have to max a second, but don't just straight max E. You need your W to be up more often. So the dragon is up here. Los Gatos should be able to do it. I mean, they're doing it pretty quickly, but the rats are on the way. Sejuani's a little bit far away. I don't know if they can get in quite in time unless they engage early, which they are going to try to do. They're going to go in. They are going to secure it. But now the fight's going to break out in earnest. Trouble Lift does not have his ulti, so Luke's just kind of waiting around to see what happens. He's looking to ult over the wall if they try to go in on him, and that is indeed what will happen. Now Chaos is here on the back, but he's kind of been left out to hung out to dry by his team. Just kidding. He's actually going to use the portal and escape. But now he's going to pop his ulti. He's going to go for the Varus. Is a little out of position here, but I don't think he'll be able to get the kill because he's got the cover from the Lulu. But Lulu, didn't have ulti, so that's the play. Got it. And now Renekton is here. He's going in, but the rest of LG's going to have to run, but they will escape. Meanwhile, Jax is just going to go ahead and take this top lane. I'm going to get TP back. Regarding the playoff format, I have a suspicion that the 4 teams for playoffs was decided before they realized just how many fearless teams we were going to get. And they were already kind of committed to the schedule. I don't think we expected to get 12 fearless teams. I thought we'd maybe get like 8, in which case 4 kind of makes sense. But we ended up getting 12 teams, so from a player interest perspective, Fearless was a massive success. So I imagine it will be much more fitting next time around when we probably get at least 12 more teams next season as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details behind them planning, and yeah, Fusro does clarify. So I had a feeling that's how it was. They decided on the 2-week playoffs before realizing that we ended up with 12 teams. So. Ooh, very fancy driving by Chaos there, and now he's going to have to ult out. He's going to get stunned, but I don't think they have the damage to actually finish him off, and they do not, so he's going to escape. Now the fight's breaking out. Jax is going in. Nice 3-man stun by the Jack, combined with the Lulu ulti. That's a nice CC combo for LG, and then the Rats are routed, and they have to run. And then nice ult gank by Ryze. That's gonna be a big shutdown for him. However, LG will go ahead and get the Otacon up to 25 flowers. Actually, not that many considering they got Otacon, but. And again, another pretty close game here so far. Only about a 1k gold leader for LG, but they are Rats are up the Dragons here. I'm not sure which team would say scales better. I guess probably LG because of Jax and Kaisa, but I don't think the Rats team scales bad by any means. It's basically just the Renekton that doesn't scale particularly well. And Viego goes pretty deep here, ends up hitting the plant, but it's not going to get him out of danger. He's going to have to pop ult to escape, but he doesn't do it quite fast enough. And he's going to go down. Rats have better traditional scaling, but their team fighting is a lot worse, I think. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I do think they're going to really struggle if it gets deep enough against this Rise. They don't really have anyone that can feasibly tank this Rise. So in that sense, I think they scale really well, but we'll see if we get that far. And now the fight is breaking out, and as for now, Jack's pretty tanky. He basically goes in 1v5, pops his ulti, he's just fine. While Luke actually solos the dragon on the side. That's fascinating. Okay. And now the fight's going to break out, but Rats are very split, and they just kind of have to... Yeah, very strange team... Alright, hold on. We gotta rewind here. This is a very strange team fight. So yeah, he's just doing this, and his team's fighting, and he decides to just stay on the dragon, which is a very strange choice. I'm not sure. I think they lost track of the fact that he was here, and by the time they realized that it was too late, they couldn't stop him. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, so LG does get the dragon, but Rats, well, I was going to say they ultimately won the fight, but Viego's doing Viego things. So maybe they didn't win the fight quite as hard as they thought. Can he finish off the Varus here? Indeed he will. Okay, so Viego definitely doing Viego things. Can he finish? Oops, he's going to go for the Rise. And I think that will be the end of Viego things for now. Yeah, honestly, great play by Luke to secure the dragon and then carry the team fight afterwards. Interesting. That was Viego. Gold lead about even. Only about a 1k gold lead for the Rats now. Dragon's dead even. Kai'Sa's still only a 1 item, unfortunately. She's very far behind her contemporary over here. I'm trying to figure out where the gold lead is, and I guess it's just in the jungle for the Viego, which I guess is fair enough. Sejuani usually behind. Could have done without sacrificing his ulti. Yeah, I feel like he probably should have broken off the dragon earlier and helped his team and then gotten the dragon, but I don't know. It was a weird situation, so. Oop. Lulu's gonna go ahead and get caught out by the Ahri there. Maybe if both teams did int. True. Now LG, I think he accidentally aggroed the Baron while trying to clear the ward, but now they say, heck with it, we'll just do it. But they're trying to engage on the Ahri, but they're getting held back, and I don't know if they realize they're actually doing this. They're not really making any real attempt to get over there. Maybe a little bit, but they're making it's yeah, I mean they're not even trying, they're just conceding Baron, which I guess maybe they don't realize it's happening? Because that I feel like they could have contested that. I don't know. When I digress, good Baron call by LG, I suppose. Ooh, and the worst ult in the game goes out and it misses, unfortunately. God, God, Sejuani's ult is so sad. It barely stuns, has a tiny ass hitbox, it does no damage. It's just, ugh. It's such a shitty, sad ult. Maybe not the worst ult in the game, that's probably still Akshan, but compared to the glory days of what Sejuani ult used to be, this Sejuani's ult is so sad. Varus had blue trinket? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. They just didn't realize it was happening. Nice chunk there by Chaos, able to get in and do a bunch of damage. Karma ult? That is definitely not true. Karma ult's top tier. And, okay, what the heck just happened here? Hold on. Rise ult's behind them. His team seems to have no idea that he's doing this. And now he has to run. And Tom is going to go down. That was a very interesting play by Tom. Honestly, that's kind of been on brand for the Rats. They don't really seem to understand what they're doing. They're not on the same page on what they're doing as a team. And so you've seen a lot of strange plays. Strange, not very well coordinated plays by them. Honestly, this whole season. Karma ult does nothing without her other abilities. That is true. It's a good point. Actually, Yasuo's ult is worthless too because you can't use it without a knockup. So you literally, it does nothing in a vacuum at all. Ooh. I'm actually playing League for Luigi's Mansion. That's spooky. And yeah, I mean, now LG just seems, you know, the game was close for a long time, but now they're just kind of running away with it once again. Game still is within reach though, so we'll see how it goes. Ooh, nice engage by Ari. That was an interesting interaction there. But Ari has to flee, but she should be fine. And now Rat Poisoning in the front. He's just a little too slow and can't actually catch up to anybody. And Viego has to run. And now Kaisa's here on the side. Both top laners having a grand old time, not interacting with the enemy team. Although Jax is a little bit better at it. And he's going to go ahead and get that tier 2 tower and that 700 gold. Gonna have his Zhonya's here, full Zhonya's here pretty soon. So, Nunya, tell me if you know this, as I actually don't know the answer. If you jump in with Counter-Strike on his Jax and then Zhonya's, does the Counter-Strike still go off and stun people? Is that a thing? Or do you have to pop it before you go on targetable? Yes, it does. That's wild that it works like that. The stun field still applies even though he's untargetable. That's fascinating. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I thought it was a good item on him anyway, because, like, you know, he jumps in a lot. He's got dual scaling. You don't really need a lot of typical items for Jax. Jax can build weird shit, but the fact that you can jump into their team with Eon and Zhonya's, that's kind of huge. Well, Garen Spin I knew about, because Garen Spin doesn't get stopped by anything. You can spin inside of Tom Kench, you can spin when Polymorphed, you can spin inside of Bard ulti, maybe? I'm actually not sure if it counts with Zhonya's, but anything that... Not 100% on that, don't quote me. League has a lot of weird little bespoke interactions like that. I would assume he can, it's just you don't often see Garen in stasis, so... Nice attempted pick there by Chaos, able to most of chunk out the Lulu. A little unfortunate she didn't get Lulu's ulti, but nothing stops Garen's spin. As far as I know, I'm not 100% on Zhonya's not stopping it, but I have a feeling it doesn't. Nice, Zhonya's there to dodge the Sejuani ulti, but now Viego's in, has to bail. Still no resets for the Viego. And actually great hold here by the Rats. Don't give any resets to the Viego and manages to hold the tower, although can they do it again? And Chaos goes for a flash charm here, but it does not land. Hits another minion, I think. Unfortunate. I'll give Chaos credit, he's not afraid to try to make plays, even if they don't always work. And that just happens sometimes. Sometimes you miss. You miss all the shots you don't take. Christopher Columbus. Abraham Lincoln. Give it to whatever historical figure you want. I ain't giving shit to Christopher Columbus. I mean, you can give him a quote. Just because he's a dickhead doesn't mean he can't say stuff. Like, no, fair enough. Counter-Strike does go in Zhonya's. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Baron coming up here. Obviously, LG in great position here because they got super minions helping them out. play. Trouble is doing a great job frontlining for his team for now, and now Renekton's here. And Chaos actually managed to go down here, so the fight's actually looking pretty good so far. All that Sejuani making great use of her passive there, all that extra armor and MR. So far, the fight's looking good for them, and now they're going to go in with the Ryze ulti. Can they get more? Are they going to be able to... I think they're going to be able to escape, but they are going to go for the Baron here. I don't like that Ryze is still chasing this. I think the team needs your DPS. I want to see you travel an ocean for months not knowing if you'd fall off the side of it. I mean, they knew it. They knew the Earth was round back then. That wasn't like the whole idea that it was flat at that point wasn't like that was already known. They just didn't know how big it was. So Columbus's miscalculation was that he thought the Earth was a lot smaller than it actually was. He thought he would get to India way faster than he actually did. But he didn't land in India, and it took way longer than he thought. So, because no one had really tried going that direction around the world before. They vastly underestimated how long it would have taken. Dragon is coming up here. Rat's desperate to not give up this thing, but LG gonna do the correct thing and threaten the base with Jax in the situation and have him TP in. Half the Earth is water, and the other half is 2/3 water. Indeed. And Jax is gonna go ahead and all in the Ryze here. I don't think he actually wins that though, and he does not, and he has to bail. Also, Emilio is in a very interesting position here. Hernandez teaches. You want to explain that? Very off away from his team. Not really sure what he's doing. But in the end, you know, it's totally fine for the Rats. They just kind of have to back off for the moment. Ryze is Thanos at this point. Yeah. The minions are giving them trouble though, and they don't have any. They have Ryze TP left, and they're trying to. It's really hard to know what to do in macro points in this fight. Now the fight's breaking out. Kaisa's off on the side, and she's going to go down, and now Trouble is in the front, and Ryze is here, but he's got the roots. He should be able to survive this Viego here while Sejuani does Sejuani things off on the side. But now the Viego reset comes in, and now they have the big Sejuani, and Renekton has to try to run, but he's not going to get away. And the two carries from Rats are just got out of the fight. But ultimately, they are gonna end up losing this dragon. Varus is him. Yep. And that will be Dragon Soul over for Las Gatos. We really need Ryze to get this death cap so we can start one-shotting everybody on this team. But he's a bit away still. They got to stall. Missing that super mini is not going to help. They just lost Soul because Sejuani decided to discard a 2v2 Viego and Emilio. Yeah, that was questionable to say the least. But you know, that's kind of been the Rats' MO. You know, it's their first season in Beer League. I think everyone here on this team is new to Beer League, so there are growing pains when you're not used to playing in a Beer League in a competitive environment. And you know, if they're around for fall split, I expect them to do a lot better. But for yeah, rough first season for them. Although this game isn't over yet. It's not looking good, but it's not over yet. Not real much in the way of MR on this Sejuani yet, which I think is a bit of a problem. He's got Kaisa and Ari to deal with. Can't afford to give, and plus Jax kind of mixed damage too. I'm hoping she gets some sort of like the recurn soon. And meanwhile, LG looking for picks here. Ooh, and the Varus ult comes down. It's going to land on the Lulu, but or on the Milio, but Milio's going to go down, and now Chaos is here. He goes for the assassination, not quite able to finish off Lulu, but then Kaisa is able to jump in and finish the deal, and Renekton and Jackson both bought. They're fine with this. And LG is going to go ahead and run away with it, and that should be the game and the series. On any despair, oh no, with his 25 magic resist. Oh god, woo! Yeah, that doesn't count. It does have a little bit of MR on it, you are right, but not as much as I would like it to have against an Ahri with 700 AP. And Renekton's going to go ahead and try to make a hero play here, but it is not going to happen. And that's going to be it. Yeah, there you go. Another win for Los Gatos. Another tough series here for the Rats. Well played by Chaos all around, other than that flash charm on a minion. That was pretty rough. But he made a lot of big plays for his team there. And they needed them because the game was close for most of it. So well played to them. And well played to LG. And why is Rihi messaging me? What do you want, Rihi? What? 5-0 is scrims now. Yo mama. Thank you. Win real games, you loser. There we go. Okay. So let me see here. We have another. I know we got more games going on this week. Let's see what we got. So today is Wednesday. Do we have any more? What's the next game this week? Saturday scheduled. I guess just Saturday. Paradox versus. I could never remember what PFT stands for. Yeah. Plus, I think there's at least one more that still needs to be scheduled. Play for top. Okay. The other team I think I've seen the least, so I'm not very familiar with them. But there's that one, and I believe there's a regular beer league match that still needs to be scheduled as well. PSS versus NSF, I believe. Oh, and then IQ versus PB&J on Sunday. So there, I don't know how I missed that, but there you go. All right, Rihi, what'd you say? What the hell? Got him. He got into an argument with the caster on stream. He's gonna get flamed on stream. That's how it goes. But yeah, I guess next game we'll see you guys is on Saturday. So we'll see you in a few days. Enjoy your holiday, everybody, and have a good night. Bye.